Welcome back. Whether you're ready or not, Thanksgiving is just 1 week away, and while it's a great time to gather around the table and share a delicious meal with family, it can also be a scary time for parents of children with severe allergies. So joining me this morning is Dr. Saltzman, an allergist at CHOP. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think this is a really important conversation, as you know, you may be heading somewhere else that you don't normally eat, a family member's house, a friend's house, and we've got a lot of kids nowadays that have some of these allergies. So why the holiday season in particular poses risks for some of these severe allergic reactions?
Absolutely. So some families may be traveling to other homes instead of hosting Thanksgiving in their own home, so you have to be prepared and know what is being served to then cross-check if that may be an exposure for your child with food allergies. For children in the United States, over 90% of the food allergens are milk, egg, wheat, soy, peanuts, tree nuts, shellfish, regular fish, and sesame. So if you think about Thanksgiving meals, there are a smorgasbord of different food items. So all of those can be in different Thanksgiving meal items. So you want to make sure as a parent, if you're traveling to someone else's home for Thanksgiving, that you check ahead of time. Does your mashed potatoes, do they have butter or milk in them? Is your stuffing going to be made with traditional bread, which is wheat?
Right.
Do we have pecan pie on the dessert table? So that way, if you know ahead of time, then you can ask and discuss with the host or hostess, well, is it okay if we have an alternative allergen-friendly option for my child? If it's too much of a stress, I am happy to bring it.
Right.
Because a lot of children, you know, if it's a new home or a new place that they're going for their Thanksgiving meal, they may be a little bit nervous. Well, is this safe? Is this not safe? Children with food allergies generally are very good and they'll advocate for themselves, but you never know when you might have a cross-contamination.
Especially some of the younger ones, and I know a lot of these holiday gatherings, we're talking a lot as adults, we're interacting, and little hands might just reach up and grab something and not even realize that that's something that they can't have. So being very attentive to that is important.
Absolutely.
So some of the common mistakes or oversights that families might make, what are those look like?
So I think making an assumption that, oh, that's the dairy-free mashed potatoes, because on first inspection, you're not going to be able to tell typically if there's dairy in the mashed potatoes or not.
They sort of taste the same too. We've come such a long way in making these dishes taste the exact same.
Yeah, so let's say you're a family going to another home for Thanksgiving, perhaps talking to the host and hostess, can we have the allergen-friendly foods at a separate section, either on an island or something like that, so it's demarcated, because in a hurry, you might switch spoons or utensils, and then you don't want that to be an accidental exposure for the child with food allergens. Asking the host or hostess, can we serve my child with food allergies first, so then that way we know. Also having dishes labeled in terms of ingredients, that's really helpful because families will know, okay, this one has dairy, this one has tree nuts, this one has wheat. So then that way they know which ones to avoid. And of course, like you said, little ones are always going everywhere. And if you're in a conversation with one of your guests and you look aside for a second. So you want to make sure that the allergen containing foods are separated. And then always, 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 we tell our families, make sure that you bring your emergency medications. You always want to be prepared. You can control as much as you can, but you want to also be prepared if there is an accidental exposure with your medications, an oral antihistamine, an epinephrine device for accidental exposures, and the epinephrine device, of course, for severe allergic reactions.
So if there is a severe allergic reaction, and maybe it's a new one, maybe your child tried something new this Thanksgiving that they haven't had before, and you need to go somewhere, is that an ER visit? Is that an urgent care that's open? Where should we be going if, you know, there is one of these severe reactions?
So if you give the medication and the child is 100% better, then you can observe at home. So the new practice parameters from the allergy societies for what we call anaphylaxis or a severe allergic reaction say that if you give the medications and they're 100% better, you can observe at home.
Okay.
However, if you're not sure, then you want to play it safe and then take your child to an emergency department for further evaluation.
Okay, Dr. Saltzman, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.